Hey everybody, welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and we are on SmokeySteveAndMarc. Oh yes, we are. Hey, it's super nice to see you. How are you? Oh my gosh. It was, I have to say thank you to everyone who showed up to our live last night. It was so nice. It was just so great chatting with everybody. It's always just, it's so positive, and I really love that. And another thank you to everyone who showed up to our surprise live coffee talk on Saturday. Again, it was a fantastic time. We had a really nice weekend. I hope you had a nice weekend as well. More importantly, I hope you have a great week coming up, and we're going to get that week started off fantastically. Is that a word? Fantastically? I don't know. Well, I mean, I think it is. I don't know. It works for me. How about that? I hope it works for you too. So, you might be wondering, okay, so the title of this video, DIY 2.0. What the heck does it mean? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. So, we've made a lot of projects here on the channel, okay? I don't even know how many, a lot. And I do get a lot of comments and questions and suggestions about it. And the number one suggestion I get is always, hey, can you do more projects, using the same technique? Like, for example, candle making. We did a candle making 101 video. I should do another video about candle making, but with different projects. So I got to thinking, that's an excellent opportunity for a video. Oh yeah. So we're going to go back and revisit some of our crafting techniques we used and revamp them and do different projects with it. So it's DIY 2.0. Get it? Oh my gosh. All right, I know, I'm so corny. It's just very corny, I know. Anyway, so today on the video, we have 3 different project techniques that we used, and we're going to kind of revamp it, do something a little different with it, okay? So we're going to start off with something really simple right here, and then we're going to morph into some other things. We're going to go out into the kitchen, going to go over to my crafting room, and we're going to make some new things. But first, I did get a few comments on the video where we made the painted stones, the memory stones, the worry stones, whatever you want to call them, and saying that they really liked it. Can you do more? So I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure how to really expand on it. You kind of get a rock and paint it, right? And then I thought, well, maybe different designs, maybe. And then I thought, well, no, that's kind of, each individual person can come up with their own design. And then I thought, oh, of course, we could put all the rocks together and call it a rock garden, or, the rock concert, or the My Pet Rock thing. I'm like, I don't know, that's been done so many times. And then I thought, remember, we painted them, we made some designs, but some of them we put inspirational words or sayings on them. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be a great idea if you could have a cute little stone that sat on the coffee table or on the nightstand that you could change the message on it every day? So, our 2.0 upgrade for the painted rocks, we're going to grab ourselves a nice smooth rock, a little larger. We're not going to carry this in our pocket or anything, so you want it to be a little bit larger, all right? And then we're going to grab some chalkboard paint. Oh yeah. Okay. And then it is simple as, let me set this aside here. And chalkboard paint is just like latex paint or any type of craft paint, really, except for when it dries, it leaves a chalkboard finish on it. Unlike a matted finish, I mean, it's similar to a matted finish, but when it dries, it will actually be a chalkboard that you can write on and erase and write again, So I would get your rock, wash it with hot soapy water, and then we're going to put a pretty heavy coat of chalkboard paint on it. Now, if your rock is maybe not so smooth. Like say, like this one's pretty smooth, if you can see that there, okay? If it's a little more rough, you're gonna wanna put 2 coats of the chalkboard paint on it, okay? So we're gonna let that dry. Now, the only difference is we're not going to spray it with a clear glaze or you know, put any epoxy on it or anything like that. We're just gonna let it dry so that it turns out and it looks like that. All right, and then I had some foam I wanted to show you. Well, that'll come later. I'm going to show it to you later. I don't have it with me right now, but I have this self-stick foam, and I cut it, and I just put it on the bottom of the rock so that it won't damage the furniture, especially if you want to keep it like on a coffee table or something like that. It'll just protect it like that. And then you have some chalk, and you can write on it, like so. And then you can erase it the next day and write another message. I mean, this is ingenious. I love this idea. I think it'll be really, really cute. Make a nice gift, put it in a box with some chalk. I just think it's a great idea. I already made one for Steven, and I'm going to put it on his table right next to his chair here. And then I can write a little message every day like, hello, you know, have a nice day. Wash the dishes, sweep the floor. Well, you get the idea anyway. So that is just a start to our 2.0 crafting today. Another quick idea, if you made the little painted rocks like this with your little designs on it, simply take a button magnet and glue it to the back with permanent glue. Decorate your fridge. There's another little, you know, changing of the original project. All right, so let me put that away. And look, I just grabbed the wet rock. Okay, there we go. But anyway, so that's an idea of what we're going to do today. So next up, I'm going to head over to my craft area, and we're going to get back into the wonderful world of crafting with concrete. Now, I got a lot of messages about this because I was as surprised as you were that I enjoyed it so much. When I very first started doing the concrete work, I thought, I don't think I'm really going to like this, you know, because it seems like it would be complicated and a ton of supplies and all that. It turned out it's not. It's actually very, very simple and very, very fun. And when your finished product comes out and it's made out of concrete, it's so cool. So I got a lot of requests to do more projects using concrete. So who am I to disappoint, right? All right, so let's head over to the craft room, get a little dirty, and make some 2.0 concrete crafts, all right? All right, let's go. Hey guys, all right, so here we are. We're about to do Concrete 2.0. Oh yeah. So anything I talk about today, if you're a little curious about, just head back to our very first concrete video. In that one, we made a planter with dipped burlap, and we made some bowls out of doilies. Today, I'm going to show you how to make couple of cool things with everyday household items you may have right in your own house, right? Now, if you're like me, I save everything. I think it might be a problem, actually, because I have bins filled with things, such as yogurt containers, Tupperware containers, but we're going to utilize some of those today, okay? So, today we're going to make coasters. Yep, concrete coasters. And this tray I saved from we got a gift in the mail from a fellow viewer. It was so nice. And if you remember, they were tiny little cheesecakes from Edible Arrangements. Well, this is the tray they came on. I knew I was going to use this for something, so I saved it. We're going to make coasters out of those. We're also going to make a couple candle holders. And for that project, we're going to use, I had these little dessert cups that I got at the dollar store, gosh, I don't know, a year ago. And they look like this. They have them. So if you want to make the exact same one, you can pick those up, but you can also use yogurt containers. Yeah, I think that would look nice. Tupperware containers, anything you may have right in your old house. So, what we're going to start with is our Quikrete. That's my concrete, let's see, material of choice, so to speak. As we talked about in the other videos, there's all different types of concrete you can use. I do prefer this. And if you're new to concrete, as I always say, you can always buy these like stepping stone mixes at any craft store, or you know, they have different projects you can make where it's all packaged, ready to go. I think it's like a pound. I don't know. It's 8 pounds of mix. They tend to be a little bit pricey, but you know what? It has everything you need, and it's a great place to start if you want to try it. If you don't want to buy a big bin of concrete like that, okay? So that's what I did. I started with one of these, and I was hooked. All right, so let's get right to it. So we're going to make coasters first. So we have our container ready to go. We have our concrete. And what I'm going to do here is get my... Here, let me move it closer to me because I'm making a mess. All right. So we're going to put some of the mix right into our container here. There we go there. And you know me, I don't measure. And, you know, as I said before, I do that on purpose. Like, I don't measure, like, with concrete crafting, candle making, even when I bake cakes and stuff, I really don't measure the exact amount that I'm going to need. What I do is I have some materials on hand that I can use the leftover mix. Like today, I'm also going to be making tombstones for my Halloween village. And then, of course, I have my little ice container to make concrete thumbtacks, too. Now, that's only if I have leftover mix. Now, I'm anticipating having leftover mix. That's why I have that ready. But, like, if I'm making a cake, I'll have mini cupcake tarts ready to go in case I have leftover batter. Same with making candles. I'll have a couple containers left there to make some extra candles if I have leftover. All right, so now we have that ready, and we're going to add our water a little bit at a time. And what we're looking for is about like a milkshake consistency, so to speak, okay? So at first you want to mix a little slow. It's powdery. You don't want to breathe that powder in. Okay, all right. A little more water, and it is recommended that you use warm water, and that's what that is. It's warm. And you just want to mix it just until it gets to the consistency you want. And if you remember in the last videos, the consistency, you can make any different consistency according to the project you want to make. Like when we made the fabric dip projects, we wanted it to be a lot looser than what we want today's projects mix to be. Like I said, we want to kind of get it to be a milkshake. And I think we're pretty good. See here. Let's get that mixed up. I knew you were waiting for it, right? Okay. You gotta sing to your projects or they just will not turn out the same. Okay, you know what? I think this is pretty good. You can see that? It's kind of like a milkshake, right? Although, I wouldn't drink it, okay? Okay. All right. So there we go. Now, with Quikrete, it's called Quikrete for a reason. It dries a lot quicker. Well, I should say it sets a lot quicker. So it's recommended you use it up within 5 to 10 minutes of mixing it, all right? And we are going to do that. Another thing, have a wet rag with you at all times when you're doing concrete work. All right. So now we have our mix done. And I'm going to tap this out. Okay. So what we're going to do for our coasters is just pour it in. Like so. Well, we don't have to do them all. I'll just show you this. And we're going to tap it out until it's nice and level. And then give it a few more taps for about 30 seconds because you want to get those air bubbles up. And this, you know, the top of this is actually going to be the bottom of the coaster. So you don't worry if you can see the bubbles. We just want to get them out so there's none on the top. All right, and they're about stopping. See the little bubbles? Okay. I think we're good. All right, I think we're good. I'll fill the rest of those later because I'm going to get right on to our next project. We're going to make some candle holders. Oh, another little tip for you. Like if you're doing several projects, always cover this with a wet rag, just to keep some of the moisture in. But we're moving along pretty quickly. So I'm going to make some votive holders out of these plastic containers, all right? I think these are going to look really cool. I'm going to use votives today, but we could also do tapers. Even tea lights would look cool in here. So we're going to set those down there. And like I said, use a yogurt container, use a Tupperware container, anything you may have in your home. So same principle. We're going to fill our container. Oops, here you go. We're going to fill our container up. But this time we're going to fill it until, let's see, about, we're going to put a little more in. So what is that? About 2/3 of the way to the top? 3/4? Something like that. All right, now we're going to do that again with the tapping because we want to get some of those air bubbles out of there. And again. All right, I'm having too much fun. Now we're going to take our votive cup like this, and we're going to push it right in the center and push it down so that the concrete comes up and around it almost to the top, just like so. Now we're going to give it a little twist to kind of set it. Give it another tap there. Think we're even. We are even. And make sure you're straight. You are straight. Or as I like to say, happily upright. Okay. We are straight. So, set it and forget it. That's a shout out to Steve and his infomercials. All right. So we're going to let that set, okay, like that. Now I have leftovers. Oh yeah. So any candy mold, any silicone mold, anything like that will work just perfect for a concrete project. Again, simple as putting your concrete in, and I want to make gravestones, so I'm not going to do the other ones. Tap it, and as you can see, I have too much. See, like that. All you got to do is that. Give it another tap, make sure there's no air bubbles. Like so. Okay, and that's how you use up your excess stuff. And again, get one of these, because once you use concrete push pins, you'll never want to use any other ones. They're so cool. And you make those by putting some concrete in, like so. I'm just going to do this real quick, and I'll show you a couple of them, and then we'll move along. Give it a tap. That, and then we're going to wipe our excess off like that. Another tap, and then we're going to take our push pins, and you want to get the cheapy like plastic ones like this, and we're going to put it in upside down right in the mold like so. Give it another tap. And repeat, 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 repeat. Get it? Okay. So now we're going to set these all aside and we're going to let them cure. And you want to let them sit for 24 hours before you do anything with it, okay? Trust me on this. It's going to be so tempting to unmold all these things. Let them sit for 24 hours, okay? When we pop the coasters out, we're going to put some cork on the bottom of them so it doesn't scratch whatever surface you're going to put them on. If we don't have cork, we can use felt. We can even use foam. So we'll do that when we come back in 24 hours, all right? So, I don't know. Why don't we move on to our next project while this stuff is setting, all right? So, let's go and, let's look at some soap, all right? So, soap it is. Oh my goodness, when I said soap, I didn't mean this. There we go. That's what I meant. All right. So, soap making, I love soap making, and I never ever have a chance to do it. It always seems like other crafts, other projects are like somehow more important. I don't know. But you guys know I'm a bar soap user. I am. And I a lot of the time make my own soap. And in the last soap videos, we used shea butter soap base. That's one of my favorites. Cocoa butter, shea butter, they're one of my favorites. But for today, since this is 2.0, we are going to use Glycerin. Oh yeah. So I thought I would show you what it would look like. Glycerin is another soap base that is, again, melt and pour. I just melted this over in the microwave. Very easy. You could also do it over a double boiler. But all those 101 things are back in the soap video, so check that out if you need those basic instructions, right? So, but Glycerin, fantastic soap. It's clear, it's not cloudy at all, and it suds up real nice, smells nice just on its own, even though it claims to be unscented. It does have a nice tinge of a scent to it, but today we're going to color it, scent it, and I'm going to show you, just like the concrete projects, how to make beautiful bars of soap with items already in your house. For example, I'm going to use these trays here. These had those little puff pastries in them that you get frozen. And again, yogurt containers make perfect molds for this. Tupperware containers, like look, that perfect bar of soap right there. And today we're going to use Bandit's cat food containers. Now make sure you wash these out pretty good, because I don't know if tuna smelling soap would be all that great, right? So wash them out with hot soapy water before you use them. And then I also have another little plastic container here that Eclairs came in from the store. I know, but you know what? It is going to be beautiful. So containers to melt, these soup containers from the dollar store, I think we used these making candles one time. Perfect for soap making too, perfect. And then of course I have my little plastic pot here too. So I melted these in the microwave, and I did it on 30-second intervals until it was nice and runny like this. And as you can see, it's totally clear. Before we dye these in a nice color, I want to do one clear so you can see it, okay? So we're going to infuse some of our soaps with some herbs straight from the garden, okay? So I put these herbs in between two pieces of paper towels, and I microwaved them for 30 seconds. I just got some of the excess moisture out of them, okay? You can also use dried if you want, which probably is even better than doing it this way. But so what I want to do for this is I'm going to do a clear, let's see, what are we going to do? How about we use one of Bandit's here? So I'm going to pour a little bit of soap in there. Okay? And then I'm going to add these chamomile flowers. Beautiful. And I'm going to put a couple in that one. We'll make two. How about that? I know I'm in the way here. Very awkward. I'm sorry. Okay. And I just placed them in there like that. And then I'm going to pour a little more on top. Kind of get them in there. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Now this will give you a clear one. And now you can take a popsicle stick and you can arrange your chamomile wherever you want it to be. There we go. I'm going to push them down in there like that. Push them over like that. So they're like in the center. All right, perfect. All right, so we're going to let that set up. But I want to show you, I have some dyes here. Like that. We have yellow, blue. Let's see. Why don't we do some in red? Let's do red. All right, so to dye your soaps, I'll move over there so you can see it. Just add your coloring until you get the desired color that you want. I want to go for a real light, maybe pinkish. Okay, that's pretty pink there. And then you want to mix it. Don't over mix it, but you want to make sure it's mixed fairly well. I think that looks good. That's going to be a real light pink. Okay, so we got that one done. All right, let's move over here. Now, one of my favorite things to do with Glycerin soap is to embed objects in it. So I have someone who is going to just love this from Star Wars. And Steve probably knows who that is. So we're going to place him down in there. And then look at this, a dinosaur skeleton too. I think that's pretty cool. So we'll put him in here. All right. And we're just going to pour our soap right over like so. And I want them to pop out a little bit. Oh, good. He's popping out. Okay. So I want him to pop out a little and him to pop. There we go. There. He's embedded nice. And he is sticking out a little. And I want it to be that way. Yeah, his hand is sticking out. Okay, perfect. Okay, and I have a little left over, so let's see. I don't know if it'll make a full one, so we'll use this for the leftover. I'm just going to pour him right in there. And right in there. All right, moving on to our next pot here. I have some already melted, and it's still good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's still good. All right, so what color shall we do this? Blue, I guess? All right, let's do some blue. Make this one a little darker. All right. And like I said, you want to mix it in thoroughly, but you don't want to over mix it, because what'll happen is you'll get bubbles in there that are really difficult to get out. Now, if you do have bubbles on the top of your mold, never fear. Just give it a little spritz with some rubbing alcohol and it takes it right away. Ooh, that's a nice color, don't you think? That's nice. Oh, my chamomile flower moved. And move him back over. There we go. Okay. So now we have some blue here. All right. So we'll just make, let's just make a bar straight up blue so we can see what that looks like. That's cool. And we'll do another one just plain blue. Like that. Okay, now it's really cool. If you make several different colors, you can make layers too, like a rainbow soap or whatever. And to do that, you would just fill your mold halfway up, let it set for about a half hour, and then pour your second color over it, and then you'll have two different colors. You can do that with as many colors as you want. It's pretty cool, right? Now I want to do some scented ones, all right? So I figure, I don't know, I have some really nice herbs here. So I want to do, what do we got here? We have lavender. Ooh, lavender rosemary. Let's do lavender rosemary, okay? So I'm just going to add a few drops of scent to there. There we go there. Okay, I would say it's about 10 drops. And give it a stir to incorporate it in. All right. Yeah, that's good. Smells good. Nice. Okay, that's all nice and incorporated. All right, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to, again, pour some in like so. And then I'm going to take a sprig of rosemary. Let's get a nice looking one. Here we go. Take a sprig of rosemary. And we're going to set that right in there like so. And pour some more on top. Oh, to have a home studio where we could make this be nicer. So you could see a little better. All right, so this scent is going to be lavender rosemary. You can also start by putting your herbs in straight first and covering them. Oops. Okay. And covering them like so. There we go there. And there. Rosemary's really good for the skin too. It has antioxidants in it. It helps with redness under the eyes, all kinds of stuff. For years and years, rosemary was used for that, and it smells so good too. It's part of the pine family. All right, and then we take our trusted little stick and move it to where you want it to be. Maybe sink it down in a little bit there. There we go. There we go. And every so often, like see my little cameos, how they moved? Move those over back to the center. As it thickens up and cools, they won't move as much. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, and you see those bubbles there, like I said? If you want to, if it bothers you, all you need to do is give it a little spray with some rubbing alcohol, and that'll get rid of that. I don't care about that, and actually that's going to be the bottom of it. And after I pop them out of the mold, I'm going to kind of give them a little polish, so to speak, so they're all going to go anyway. So anyway, you do get the picture of what I'm talking about here. There's so much you can do with glycerin because it is clear. You can color it. You can scent it to whatever color or scent you want. You can make layers with them. And also, remember our shea butter soap making video? I had a few left over. Remember we made the loves and the little hearts? I chopped them all up just like this. And since this already has dried rosemary in it, we're going to do a chunk one. All right, so we're going to put some shea butter chunks in there like that. Just like so. And this is going to add such a nice, like, moisturizing. It's two different types of soaps, and they're going to mix together, and it's going to be wonderful. And pour our liquid soap right on top, just like so. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to see that one. All right, so I'm gonna go melt some more soap, make some more soaps, and we'll show you all in the big reveal. But I don't know, it's going to take about 24 hours for the concrete to set. Soap, slightly less. You're going to want to let it set for about 2 hours before you unmold it. So I guess it's time to activate our magic time machine once again. So you know what? I'll see you in 24 hours. Yes! And we're back! Oh, yes, and everything is done and ready to go. I can't wait to show you everything. So it's actually been 24 hours. It's the next day, and that was plenty of time for our soaps to set and all of our concrete to set. So let me show you how everything turned out. All right, first up, the little, look how cute. These are my little tombstones. I have a whole bunch of them, and they're going to just be perfect for my Halloween village. And like I said, you can make, you can use any type of candy mold, really, for concrete work. I used this one here, Halloween themed, of course. And I have different size gravestones, too, in the molds. So it's going to be really cool this year. I always needed gravestones, and I never thought, just make them, right? Anyway, so next up, oh, why don't we show you, remember the ice cube tray? Looks like this, and I was going to make thumbtacks out of them, or push pins, whatever you want to call them. I was thinking, what a cool office gift this would be to give to somebody who you work with, right? Something you made, homemade, turned out really cute. So I just found a little cardboard box, and inside of it I put a piece of styrofoam. I just cut it to fit inside of it. And let's open this up and show you what they look like. And then I just pushed them all in, just like that. And, you know, these would be, you could paint these, you could shellac them, whatever you want to do. But boy, I think what a nice office gift. Little homemade concrete push pins wrapped up in a nice little box. So cute. I know exactly who I'm giving mine to. I have a few people at work I can give them to, right? Okay, so next up, what do we do? Okay, we made coasters out of an old plastic tray that we got. See here, and I put them together, tied them with a little bit of twine. They look really great, and I want to show you something here. So I had some cork like this. I got this at the dollar store, and it's so nice because it's self-stick too. I just cut, let's see, we'll use this one. I cut a square a little bit smaller than the size of the coaster, and it's as easy as peeling the back off, and just, well, you get the idea. Just sticking it in the center, like so. And then it doesn't, you know, it protects your furniture. So these ones are just as they are. I didn't shellac them. I didn't paint them or anything, but obviously you can do that. But I took it one step further, and I used some permanent washi tape and made some designs on some of them too. Pretty cool. Again, I think these would make really, really nice gifts too. Find a box they fit in, or even just wrap them in some twine or some ribbon like this. Really think they would make another gift. I think it'll make a nice gift. So that was made out of that. Let's get this out of the way here because we have more. Oh yes, and after, you know, of course I was getting into it, so I made some more stuff. I started this one before. Do you like it? The vase. Pretty cool, huh? Let me see if I can bring it closer without... Okay. So, flowers from the garden, of course. And the base is concrete, and it's made out of the bottom of an iced tea container, a Turkey Hill iced tea container. I love all the little designs in it that come out like that. Super cute, huh? And all I did was I filled it with concrete, and then I stuck a peanut butter jar down in it, and that served as the vase. Just another little idea how we can, you know, revamp the original project, so to speak. I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. So that brings us to our candle holders. I have to be very careful doing this, right? So here they are. They turned out really nice, huh? All I did was I used some E6000, which is permanent glue, and glued some rope around the bottom of that one. And this one is just, I wanted to show you how it came right out of the mold. That's nothing, no polishing, no embellishments, nothing at all. But I really like how these turned out. I like the shape of them, but I thought that the bottom needed a little something. So I'll tell you what, the rope really added a nice little touch to that. That back there. I know, you have a whole... I'm imagining this whole thing falling down on me. I know. Let's hope not, okay? All right. So, that brings us to our soap. Oh, these turned out so nice. Pretty cool, huh? So, these were the ones we made in Bandit's cat food containers. This is the one that has the chunks of the shea butter in it. Like that. This is the, let's see, is this the, this has the rosemary in it. I hope you can see it. The rosemary's in there. These are chamomile ones. Like that. And, oh, the other one with the chunks in it. Oh, they smell good, too. I tell you what, these ones in the middle, let's see, we made out of this little container here. This was a container that held little mini puff pastries that were frozen, and I saved it. And this is how they turned out. There's a yellow one, a pink one. I hope you can see the texture. I think these, honestly, I think they look like candies. Like, they're so cool. Again, I think this would make just a fantastic gift. And these were the bar ones that we used. This was the Eclair. The Eclairs came in this. And look at how cool these turned out. Very nice. There's a clear blue one. Like so. And then these are the ones we embedded this. Look how cool. That's our little dinosaur in there. And we did one with a stormtrooper. Oh, I'm just digging this. And then the last one, I had that love soap, and I embedded it in a big bar of soap. Just like that. So that's glycerin on the outside, and the shea butter soap molded on the inside there. That's pretty cool. And then I thought, just for an idea, if you wanted to gift it, I had a tin like this, and I just put some soap in there with a little bit of like that. I think that would make a really nice gift too. Or heck, you could go right to the dollar store and get a soap dish and then put your homemade soap in it. So I don't know, just some ideas there of how you can do that. We'll just leave that there. Get rid of all of this stuff. I just think this is so cool. I love it. I like glycerin soap. I mean, my favorite type of soap is shea butter soap to work with and to mold and to use, but the glycerin, it's right up there too. It's really, I think it looks very cool, you know. So anyway, so that was our reveal. I think I covered everything, didn't I? I did. That was our reveal, and that was our video on kind of revisiting some old projects and revamping them a little bit. You know, our DIY 2.0. I kind of like that title. I don't know. I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I kind of see that this could like lead into some other videos. I think so because, well, like I said, you know, like for example, candle making. I mean, you could do a plethora of projects, you know, with candle making. Same with concrete. Same with the magnetic series we did using all magnets. So I really like the idea of revisiting some of these old projects and making new ones. So I hope you did too, okay? And if you have a moment, please hit that subscribe button, and please hit the like, and please hit the notification bell. I'd be so grateful if you did. And all of our contact information is listed below. That would be our address and our email address if you'd like to contact us. Check us out over on Facebook, SmokeySteveAndMarc. I usually post all of these projects and recipes and things that we talk about on our channel. I always post it over there on Facebook. Send us a friend request. And we're on Instagram, SmokeySteveAndMarc. Twitter, our handle is @SmokeySteveA. Thank you again for watching, everybody, and please remember, please stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive, everybody. Okay? I'll see you next time. Ciao.